Okay, so today we are going to be starting a lesson on circles, and that's writing the standard form of a circle, the standard form of the equation of a circle. So let's start right here. First of all, let's figure out what is the standard form of a circle. So if you weren't able to print this out, you should be writing this on a piece of paper because it's not something that you'll remember. So shut the video off and either print it or go get a piece of paper. The standard form of the equation of a circle in the coordinate plane is given as x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared, where h and k are the center and r is the radius. So when I look at h and k and I see these negatives, I really want to think opposite. So whatever I have here will be the opposite for my center. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So right here it says graph each circle and identify its center and radius. So let's take a look here. I said the h and the k. This is h, this is k. And when I look at the equation, I have to think opposites, right? So I'm going to think opposite for the center. Opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. Opposite of negative 2 is positive 2. And I want to think of, well, this is the radius squared. So what number would I multiply it by itself gives me 25? The easiest thing to do is just take the square root. 25 is easy because the square root of 25 is 5. But what if it was 132.7? That's not easy. So if they give me this, I take the square root of it. Let's do the next one. They give me negative 7. And they give me nothing here. I know what nothing is. Nothing is 0, right? So for the center, I have positive 7 because I take its opposite. And the opposite of 0 is 0. And I take the square root of 4, which I know is 2. And if I didn't know, I would put it into my calculator. Let's do 2 more of these. So let's take a look at this one. Opposite. Here's my h and my k. Negative 3 and positive 1. What's the opposite of negative 3? The opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. The opposite of positive 1 is negative 1. That's my center. And then my radius, what's the square root of 49? Well, what number when you multiply it by itself gives you 49? The answer is 7. Let's take a look at this one. Here's my h and my k. I got to take the opposites of that. So to take the opposites, I need to think opposite of positive, negative, opposite of positive, negative. And what number, when I multiply it by itself, gives me 16? Well, that's 4. So that's its radius. So I want you to take a look at this next page because they always do this kind of stuff. Math people want to try and confuse you. Because we said find the center and the radius, center and the radius. Well, look what they're doing here. They're throwing in the diameter every once in a while. Well, I know that a diameter, if this is a circle, and this is its radius, 2 of these equals the diameter, right? So from here to here is the diameter. Half of that, from the center to the circumference, is the radius. So if I can find the radius by taking the square root of 64, if they wanted the diameter, I would just take 2 of those, right? So I'm going to do these first 4 with you, and you're going to do the last 4 on your own. Put it into the... You're not even going to turn it in. You're just going to do these 4, and you're going to have it ready for Thursday. You'll be putting it in to the quiz. So I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to highlight here just so I make sure I'm only highlighting the ones that say, well, I don't even like these 4. So these are gonna be tricky, okay? We're gonna change this. I want you to change this to radius. I want you to change this to radius. Change this to radius. Because we don't need to go in depth right now. We're just starting. That's radius. So, if you're not watching the video, when you go to turn these in on Thursday, you're going to have the wrong number. Radius, 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 radius. That's a big hint. Always watch the video. So let's take a look here. This asks me for the diameter. The diameter, it just means I have to have 2 times the radius, right? 2 times R, 2 times, whoopsie. Right up here, 2 times R. 2 times whatever the radius is will give me the diameter. So, let's get back to this. What is the opposite of -5 and -1? +5 and +1. What is the square root of 64? 8. What is the opposite of +7 and -2? That would be -7 and +2. What is the square root of 324? Well, the square root of 324 equals 18. Put it in your calculator, you can see that to be true. Second, hold on, let me get down here. Second, x squared, 324, enter, it's 18. Well, I need 2 of these radiuses, or radii. So 2 times 18, 36. I don't know why they have to do that. We're just getting started. We don't need to throw in these little extra things, but we're doing it anyways. So let's take a look here. I have x plus 0, right? Well, I know that the opposite of 0 is 0. This is +10. The opposite is -10. And again, I don't know this. I need to use my calculator. I'm going to take the square root of 42.25 and then I'm going to multiply it by 2. Second, x squared, 42.25, enter, and I get 6.5. I get 6.5, and then I'm going to double $6.50, right? That's 13. Again, I don't know why they had to do it like that. So let's take a look here. I want the opposite of this for my center. Opposite of -6, +6. The opposite of 1 is -1. And the radius, yay, it's not the diameter here. Second, x squared, 80. Let me think about this first. Oh, let me turn it on. Second, x squared, 80. Well, I know that 8 times 8 is 64, right? 7 times 7 is, or 8 times 8 is 64, and 9 times 9 is 81. So this has to be a number right around 9. When I push this, I get 8.94. 8.94. Now, if you give me 8.94, or if you gave me 4 times the square root of 5, they're both exactly the same number. Well, this is actually more true. This is an estimate. So that's it for today. We're not going to do any homework. This will be done on Thursday. I hope you guys will be joining me in the Zoom meeting today.